octave indications of what the oscillator settings sound like as they go. So here, let's go back. I don't know about you, but I'm an analog synthesizer player, so when I have to tune an oscillator, I'm happy because that means I'm playing an analog oscillator. I love this sort of thing. But yeah, it's easy to do. Okay, so here are several different octaves of two sawtooths. And don't forget that, you know, you can, this not only can you generate detuning and intervals, you also can do octaves. So if you want kind of a single octave below sub bass sort of situation, you can generate that. And you can hear it too if you want, like when you get to this triangle, if you want that triangle to be an octave lower, you do have some octave setting ability by detuning it to an octave. So then when you get to the single sawtooth, you're an octave lower than what your MIDI setting currently is, what MIDI note you're actually playing. And here are some octave sounds that you could get from the oscillator 1 playing a square and oscillator 2 playing a saw. It sounds like they are an octave apart here. They are. Interesting. Keep that in mind, because I had to turn oscillator 2 down an octave for it to be the same octave as oscillator 1 in that setting, which is not the case when you're in the sawtooth. So if you want your square and your sawtooth to be in unison, you're going to need to turn tuning of oscillator 2 down an octave. And then let's go to the square wave. Oscillator 1 playing that square wave. I'm going to put the tuning back to 0 there. All right, so let's move down. Oh, let's listen to the, let's hear some pulse width variation here in an upper register. Cool, okay. Here is your square and triangle. Oscillator 1 playing a square, oscillator 2 playing a triangle. And once again, you have oscillator 2 an octave higher. So if you want them in unison, you're going to have to turn oscillator 2 down to 0. Sort of softens up your square wave. Okay. And then let's hear some pulse width modulation. Okay, and then oscillator 2, playing a triangle. Cool. And then, of course, the wacky FM. Oh, that's like the emergency broadcast system. Yeah, as you get up into the higher ranges, you're going to get some really weird, creepy, aliasy type stuff. Really cool and fun oscillator setting, and I can only imagine the fun that we're going to have when we get to the point where we get to modulate the tuning of oscillator 2 when it's in the FM setting, because like there's a lot we can do, like step sequencing the different frequencies of oscillator 2 to pleasing frequency modulating frequencies. So that's really cool. But this is basically our oscillator and how it works and how to achieve the various settings you would like between the two oscillators with their different waveform settings and their various interesting outcomes.